So this is actually an iPad now that you're seeing. So you can see here that we have a very similar experience on iOS as what we have for Windows. And one thing that you'll notice is that this dashboard has actually been customized for a customer service person. As you can see, we have the cases, we've got some great charts around those cases, as well as their queue of cases that are available to work on. So you can see now that if I hit if I hit plus on the top of that case list, I get a case create form. So I can very easily create that case while I'm out in the field dealing with my customers. Perhaps I just went and did a site visit, and while I'm talking to them, they let me know about an issue, right? So I can really quickly say that as I was visiting AdventureWorks, we had a problem with last shipment. So that then, the people that are perhaps back in the office can start dealing with this right away while I'm still out being face-to-face with my customers.
Yeah. And one of the things we can talk about with this chart is we're actually showing the world of the case enhancements and the service enhancements, what we've done throughout the spring wave. So we're actually being able to have this reflect your service level agreements and the different complex support instances like you might have with entitlements and such. So those actually can flow down now into the portal, the tablet application. So that's good.
And again, that same great experience of being able to do your one-touch drill down so you can get all the information around those specifics that you need of your analytics. So here you can see CRM for tablet running on an Android device. This happens to be an Asus.
So what's one of the big differences we had with the Android application?
The major difference is you'll see at the bottom of the screen, there's actually this little arrow right here that I'm touching right now. It just turned black. So this is actually how you do your horizontal panning in Android. And this is actually just a sort of a known issue with Android, that we've taken this way to sort of work around the issue because we wanted to make sure and still have this great dashboard where the user would be able to see all that information that mattered.
So we've actually had to break this screen up into pages, and what happens when you click that flipper is we move to that one column that you can't fully see and make that the first column.
Yeah, so you can see the last one. It's kind of cut off right now. You want it, just go to that next page. Well, actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to look at this opportunity. And you know what? This isn't the right contact. I think that this actually should be Nancy. That was wrong. There's Nancy, got her in. Great.
Okay. So here you're seeing that we're actually being able to project the same form to the Android experience, even with a different resolution. But this is 1280 by 800, so we actually can accommodate those different UIs and different form factors. Absolutely.
In fact, I've actually used CRM for tablets on my touchscreen laptop that's running Windows 8, and I love it because my lists get longer. I have even more space for tiles before it goes into that overflow experience, because it really expands out and takes up the whole screen and utilizes it really beautifully.
One of the things we didn't get to demonstrate is on the iPad, we actually have that same functionality around the world of contacts, where I can actually call directly to them. Whoops. So when I hit call, we're going to flip out to Skype, and we won't call that person, but we'll see it. But when I go back to the CRM application, we'll actually be right back to that phone call entity, so you can actually go ahead enter the data that you are needed to capture while you're on the phone. You can even do that while you're on the phone call. You just need to make sure it's in the background.
Not quite as cool as the side-by-side thing, but great way to multitask.
Well,
so with 8.1, as I make a phone call, not only does it bring up side by side, but you can see that my create form has now resized for that smaller screen. If I want more create form, I can make that phone call just a little smaller, or if I want to really be able to have that great face-to-face experience, I can bring Skype to its largest size and have that create form go a little smaller. Also, one thing that I think is really great is the fact that the process control is also dynamic to handle this. So right now you can see that there's 4 stages that are available. If I take this down, now there's 2. Now I can still access the rest of the stages, but it is being dynamic in order to be able to handle this and show as much as possible of that great UI so that the user can really stay productive and multitask, have their Excel spreadsheet right there with their opportunities so that they can be going through the data really deeply and then making the notes into CRM. We've done this same experience also over for the search screen, making sure that it knows how to handle that small screen as well. So it really it takes that ability to multitask, I think, to a whole nother level.
so do you want to show off where reconfigure and sign out are?
Yes. So on Windows, you just go into the charms and settings for Android and iOS. Settings is just in the command menu, so you just swipe up to get to it. And then you can see here that there's buttons for both sign out as well as for reconfigure. So those days of uninstalling and reinstalling the tablet application just because you are wanting to test new customizations or switch orgs, do a demo for a different customer, those days are over.
Right.